So there was a video I made some time ago when I was using a Prinz Galaxy 135 lens on my Sony A7S, and someone asked, where did you get the connector? How did you get the adapter? And this is actually it. It's an M42 to NEX. That's what you're looking for. If you search for things like A7, A7S, they do come up, but it's actually known as the NEX connector, which is an E-mount connector, and this one's by K and F Connect. There are lots of different types of them. I've found this one to work, and it's perfectly fine for what I've been using over the past few years. But you know, always be careful when you buy something like this, because the last thing you want to do is to damage your camera. And I personally have had no problems with these type of connectors myself. I've got the M42 one, and I've also got the one that will connect my Olympus OM lenses to it as well, and they both work really well. So anyway, I'm going to do a few tests now. You can actually see the different lenses and see a test of the lenses and see how sharp they are. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so I just wanted you to see my different M42 mount lenses in action. This is a Helios 44-2 lens. I'm going to move in a bit closer. I don't think I'm on my minimum distance of focus yet, but I just wanted to see how sharp these lenses are. And obviously, because I've been asked about the adaptation in a question on one of my old videos, I thought I'd do all the different M42 lenses I've got so you can see them at work and just see if they're actually sharp or not. And I've got like a 5-inch monitor as well, and I'm using the monitor, and it looks pretty sharp from here, but I won't know until I get onto the big screen. And I decided to shoot in 4K rather than 1080 for this simple reason. So I'm just going to move it forward a bit now. So I've reached the minimum focal distance for the Helios, and I think on the screen I can see some like ghosting on the right hand side on the background. I think that's just the light reflecting on the background that's causing that. But you can see it, I mean, it look on my screen it looks really sharp. So could I use this lens to do filming? Could I use it for filming a documentary? I don't know, perhaps I could. Let me just try and move the camera just a slight bit and change that set. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it out of focus and then bring it back into focus so you can see what that looks like. And it's got quite a lot of focus breathing as well. Okay, and there you go, and that's the Helios. So I've now moved on to my 2.8 Tessar Jena lens, Zeiss lens, and I'm running all of the lenses at f8. So this, like the Helios one, running at f8. I'm not going in as close as I can with it. I'll probably go in a bit closer in another shot, but it'll give you an idea. And let's just do some focusing to see how that changes. So really breathes a lot. It's really quite, and it's really quite hard to tell if this one's actually in focus. I think that's in focus now. Okay, so I've moved in a bit closer now. It's not at its minimal focal point. I mean, it looks really nice, but obviously this isn't going to be compared to like the OSS lens I've got that's got the you know, the stable image stabilization and stuff and all those Fandango things. This is just a very old 1980s lens on a really modern camera, but it actually looks really quite nice. I'm really quite impressed by it. So I'm now actually at the closest focal point with the Zeiss Jena Tessar 2.8 lens as I can get. Remember, I've only used this at f8, so I'm not actually changing the aperture. I didn't want to go like open it fully. Well, I could try it open it up fully. I'll try it on this one. I'll reset the shot and I'll open it up to 2.8 and get the light balance right, and then I'll do it at f22, which just goes down to, so you can see the difference. Okay, so it's now fully open at 2.8 and it's minimal focal distance, and I think it's really quite good. Obviously the front of the lens is out of focus, and you can see the Agfa and the Agfa sensor looks pretty much good, and so does the Agfa in the bottom corner where the diamond or triangle shape is just there. And you can see if I put my hand up against it, Yeah, that's out of focus where my hand is. So anyway, that gives you an idea. Now I'm going to put one more lens. No, I've got two more lenses. I'll do the 28mm, and I've also got a 135 lens, which would be quite fun to use as well. So you get to see those as well. So now we're right down to f22, and I've had to increase my ISO to 12,800. So that's made a huge difference, and you can obviously see the depth of field has increased greatly on it, even at the short distance it's at now. But obviously, you know, there are going to be other problems it causes with the sides and the edges and that sort of thing. So this is what I consider by far my worst lens. It's a Sunagor 28mm M42 mount lens. It's not good. Every time I've taken shots with this, it's been really soft. I don't think I'm in quite as close as I can perhaps get, so I may try and bring it in a little bit closer to see what I can do. So if I push it right out of focus and then see if I can just move it in like so, and then drop it down a bit so you can see. So it's still obviously out of focus. So have I come too far? Yeah, so there you go. So that's the closest I can get with it. But as I say, it's not a brilliant lens. I think I got it come with a camera that I bought a few years ago, and I used it once, and I've never really used it since. But it's not, to me, it doesn't look that sharp. But there you go. Last one we're going to look at is the Prinz Galaxy 135 lens, and we'll do that. It has to be more of a distance, but we'll get it down to its minimal focal point and see how sharp it is. Okay, last but not least, I believe it's pronounced Prinzgalaxy, and it's an f2.8 135mm lens, and I am actually at its minimal focal point, and I'm at the other end of my kitchen, so I couldn't get any further back than I am, so I couldn't go in any closer anyway. So I hope this gives you an idea of what this actual lens is like, but it's not the best thing to do something of this size. Perhaps I should walk into shot and put my head where the actual thing is. I know what I'll do. I'll stop the camera now, and I'll actually go and do a shot of me in there instead of the actual camera. So I hope you like this little experiment I did with all my M42 mount lenses. There's one that I'm not going to use, which is 70-210, which has been a bit difficult to set up. Other than that, you've seen all the lenses I've got, and you can see a comparison of what they look like on shooting 4K on a Sony a7 III. So it'll give you some idea of just how good they are or how bad they are. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.